Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
When you had the ladies, and there was a certain thing that they, or maybe a client wanted them to do, was you ever like, nah, we ain't doing that, or we're not going that way with that?
Oh, well, I would have things that ladies would tell me that, like, one of my brides called me up many years ago. It had to be about 30 years ago, and she said, "Daddy, this man want me to boo-boo on him." You know?
No.
And I said, "How much you trying to give you?" She said, $1,000.
A shitload.
Yeah. I said, well, you know, I said, hey, man, you know, I'm not going to request that you do it, but hey, that is $1,000 though, you know. But, you know, I've seen that a lot of, you know, older men, they like to be whooped. They call them dominatrix. They like the women to talk crazy to them and call them all kind of names and kick them in their nuts and stomp on their fingers and stuff like that. There's a lot of sadistic shit that goes on in the game, you know, and it's a lot of sadistic tricks. It's a lot of, you know, Puffy now, they said freaks out. It's a lot of freaks in the world, you know, but the problem that I have, man, is that, now this is something I want to definitely get out.
Yeah, let's address it.
So we got Jay-Z, Kanye, and P. Diddy, three African-American billionaires and several millionaires. But we're going to look at statistics, right? If you go to WinStar right now, you go to the casino, and you say, I bet you three African-American billionaires is not going to be demonized, destroyed, or discredited in 2024. I bet you that. And they're going to say, well, what you want to bet? I bet $1. What's the payoff? The odds to that is 30 million to 1. We're going to give you $30 million against $1 that this is not going to happen. So what is the odds of these brothers being attacked? And you say that it's not by design. You tell me that Mark Zuckerberg is not a freak? You tell me that Jeff Bezos is not a freak? Elon Musk is not a freak? You tell me that all of the billionaires in the world is just these three specific African Americans that is being alleged as freaks. You know, you tell me that R. Kelly is the only singer that's a freak, that Bill Cosby is the only actor and producer and director that's a freak. Now, I know we said, well, we gave you Harvey Weinstein and Epstein, but it is ironic to me that these three billionaires, and then you look at Young Thug, you look at Dirt, and you look at all these other crimes against rappers in the hip hop community, you tell me that it's not an attack on the hip hop community. That's why I urge all of the brothers to join the hip hop fraternity and form the alliance that we should have formed a long time ago. So when these brothers had these implications, they have these downfalls, you know, they got a support system, you know, and that's why they doing these brothers like that. And they all billionaires because they not connected directly with the community, you know, because it's cool to go and invest in all these different companies and work with all these different powerful entities. But at the same time, when something happens, the first thing they do is they drop you.
We had a guest yesterday, Body by O. He came in and he spoke on, because they are billionaires, they are black, but they are more flamboyant than some of the other billionaires like the Mark Zuckerbergs or the Elon Musk. They are more put it in your people's face. You know how black people do, you know, these are rappers we're talking about mostly. Because they're more flamboyant with their billions, that is why the stigma comes back on them so hard that, yes, they do these things. Can I get your thoughts on that?
But just type in billionaires on YouTube, and you're going to see that Jay-Z now is no more flamboyant than the white billionaires. They got yachts and airplanes on top of airplanes, 5 or 6 mansions all over the world. You just got to look at it on the right YouTube channel. You got to type in the right algorithms. You know, when you type in the right keywords, then you will see there's a lot of flamboyant white billionaires. It's a lot of freaky white billionaires. The story, the Wall Street with the dude, the Wall Street dude, where he was tooting all that cocaine, and it was a show.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
that was Puffy and Jay-Z on steroids. If you want to alleged that they did anything. That wasn't even alleged. This was his true story. So, you know, and he was doing all kind of freak offs. So it happens all the time. But like I said, you know, what are the odds? You know, if you went to Vegas and said that 3 black billionaires, Kanye, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy would be discredited, destroyed, or either demonized, then you would have won a heap of money, because that's just not probable. And then, you know, but what our billionaires and our brothers with money need to do is they need to invest in the community. And that's what we're doing. You know, me and Bishop Don Juan, Reverend Simo, Bishop Don right man, we finna do a rehab center, you know, and we finna get off into, you know, youth centers and helping the kids out. And that's what these dudes need to start doing, man. You know, they got all this money, man. You know, we got all these Arabs, we got these beauty supply stores, these Asians, all these people in our community. You mean to tell me that all this money that our brothers and sisters is getting in this hip hop community, we can't take that money and invest it in beauty salons, we can't invest it in nail shops, we can't invest it in Chinese restaurants or either restaurants that sell shrimp fried rice. You know, you don't got to be Chinese to sell it. You know, we can't invest in gas stations, we can't invest in hotels. Until we start looking at it from that angle, we'll never have a support system. You know, no one is there to support them, or everybody is cheering for their downfall, because, you know, they taking the money and they moving and they invested in the wrong stuff. You know, Ciroc and all these different people, man.
Yeah, but they have, you know, it says that they have invested in Houston, what's it called? Like Red Cross and different things like that. Like they invest millions of dollars and stuff like that. But what you're trying to say is like it's certain things that they need to invest in. Like
well, if you invest in Uber, right?
Right.
Or you invest in Louis Vuitton and Hennessy, which is some of the business that JC invested in, you're helping the owners of those companies, right?
Right.
You know, you're helping to build their communities. You know, it's an old saying that we spend only 2% of our wealth back with our own community. That 98% of that money goes and we invest it and spend it with other communities. So when you see Louis Vuitton doing well, that means that they're living off 100% of their money and 98% of ours.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you got that kind of wealth, if you got billions of dollars, you should instinctively invest in your community, because in a time of war or a time of betrayal, I guarantee you, if they have to pick a side, they're gonna pick the white side every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be standing there alone, and you're gonna try to come to the black side, and the black side is gonna say, "No, get back over there on the white side where you been at." You know, but if you got billions of dollars and millions of dollars and you invested in the community, that's just mentally the right thing to do.
Right.
You know, psychologically, that's the right thing to do. You know, if he invests $1 million in real life street stars, you know, hey, he got an ally.
Yeah,
he got an ally in real life street stars. If he invested in It's Up There podcast, he got a ally in Brother Loom. If he invested in Boss Talk, he got an ally in Brother E. If he invested in Big Facts, he got an ally in Banks and DJ Screen. You know, and so on and so forth, Charlemagne and Envy, and going down, you know, invest into the community, put that money back with the people that can support you. So black media would have immediately went out to bet for him, and went out to bet for Puffy, went out to bet for Ye. You know, you got to invest in your community. That's what the hip hop fraternity is about. It's a fraternity. We got to create a fraternity, and we got to create a union where we all become a black think tank and we all work in conjunction with one another.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.